no goal is not enough.
Everyone, welcome to another episode of Geek-A-Tech. Uh, Today we are going to talk about AI testing. So uh, there is a different aspect to test the AI agents. So whenever we develop the AI agents along with the functional testing, we have to do guardrail testing also. So what the guardrail is, it means your agents are providing proper answers within the limits, and they are not damaging any kind of creditability of your company, of your application, or we can say which is not biased. The examples, like for the guardrails, that it should not provide biased answers, it should not give discriminatory answers, it should not be racist, it should not provide any unethical responses. Because what happens sometimes, if because you created your agent for a particular task, but in case if provide some illegitimate answers, then it will cause a great problem for your company, creditability of your company. There might be some legal actions also. So whenever you are creating any AI agents for your application, make sure you should perform a guardrail testing. So today we are going to talk about the guardrail architecture, how guardrail should be placed, where our guardrail libraries should be placed, through which we can test the responses. So I'm going to discuss, give you a brief information about the guardrail architecture for the AI responses. So whenever you perform the guardrail testing, then you should know that at which point, at what place your guardrail test cases will be placed and how they are going to perform. So let's talk about. So this is the very basic flow which I created, and I think it will give you a very clear answer how and where we should place the guardrail validations and how it works. So what happens whenever user prompt here, like for your application, whenever the user give the prompt to the AI agent, so it process the request and provide the response. So whatever the AI generated response, at the third place you can see we have a AI generated response in green text box. So whatever AI give the response we have here, and what we should do, before giving it back to the user, uh, in testing, we should verify its guardrail validations. Okay, so here you can see that we have a guardrail validation, a shield we image we created here. So what it will do, that here only, this is the main important part where we perform the guardrail testing. Okay, so manually it's very hard to perform guardrail testing, because we have lot and lots of input data against which there are so many criterias for guardrails. So it should not give you any derogatory words, it should not give racist, it should not be ethnicity specific or something like that. So there are quite many criteria, so manually it's very hard to verify. So what we do, we test it using guardrail libraries. So I will give you a complete demo about that. That's a altogether different thing, where we can see that how we can perform guardrail testing. So using that guardrail testing automation, we can just directly provide the Excel file in which we gave all the inputs and the whatever we want to test. So we provided that all the positive and the negative scenarios. And what guardrail libraries do, it will verify it against the validations which has been placed in the guardrail validation XML. So based on that, it will verify all the responses, and if the response is safe, then it will allow. Okay, then it will say that yes, these responses are legitimate and they are compliant with the policies, and we can allow those responses. If those are violating the policies and the safety rules, then those test cases would be failed and will be considered as a blocked responses. It doesn't mean that right now it's blocking the response, but it will be fall into the category where we should not provide such kind of responses. Those responses should be blocked. And later, the last part is the reporting. So in the report, it gives the details that why we those particular responses are allowed, why those particular responses are blocked. So it's a graphical interface and a normal HTML file which says that okay, this is the input, this is the output, and this is violating the guardrail validation. So it gives a proper reports on that. So this is how it's a very basic and simple architecture. So where we need to place the guardrail validations just after the response which we receive from the our AI agent. So we need to uh, gather that response, we need to test them against the guardrail validations, and based on that we will identify the allowed and the blocked responses, because it will fail the responses which are violating the policies, and it will pass the scenarios which are compliant with the policies, and we will put it into the HTML report file. So this is how you can represent to your business stakeholders also, and you can ensure that okay, these all kind of scenarios our AI agents are passing or failing. So based on that, your developers can tweak the AI agent, they can make it more compliant, more safe. Okay, so whenever you are going to perform any AI agent testing after the functional testing, it should not be the first, it should after the functional testing. Whenever you are done with your functional testing, then you should perform the guardrail testing, and in guardrail you should follow this architecture. Okay, so this is a very simple and basic architecture, it will be helpful for you. So that is now everything about the guardrail architecture. In case you have any questions, queries, you can mention in comment box. And if you are new to my channel, do like, share and subscribe my videos. And I will try to create frequent videos related to testing, and more in future I am going to cover more about AI related stuff, where we are not using the AI, but we are going to test the AI agents, because we need to perform testing related to AI agents also. So we are going to talk about that part also. So that's it for now. Thank you.